So I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now the AirPods Maxes are Apple's brand new headphones that just came out, and I can definitely tell you there's some pros, there's some cons, but there's some pretty big problems, at least two of them that I've seen throughout my one day of owning them so far. And it's crazy that it only took me one day to figure it out. Like I figured, typically it takes me a couple of days or a week or two to figure out major problems, but after one day of use, and I'm surprised not that many people are talking about it, the main issue are really two of them. And the first one I want to start with is specifically with the digital crown of the AirPods Maxes. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows what the digital crown is. If you look at the Apple Watch, the side of that has a digital crown as the thing that turns. Now the AirPods Maxes have the same exact thing as well, but for some reason they put it on the top, which I think is an okay place to put it. I'm not really too sure where else you could put that thing. But the problem is that digital crown is so sensitive, and the amount of volume that it goes up and down by is very, very strange, because there have been a lot of times throughout even just the past day of me using the AirPods Maxes where, I accidentally maybe brush the AirPods against my shirt, or I put my hand on the AirPods Max by accident and I accidentally crank up the volume super high just based off me even just tapping it a little bit. Not a little bit, but it's enough where I'm like, if I put a hoodie on or if I do something in my fingertip or something rubs against that digital crown, the way that it's going, typically you can also reverse it, but it doesn't matter. It tends to actually increase the volume super fast. So there's not really a way to actually turn this off yet. So if nobody wants to use the digital crown, that is a feature at the end of the day, but that was something I was actually able to find super fast. I was super surprised. I thought Apple probably got that down to a science, and the way it increases is much faster. I think the way to fix this is to give us the option to actually either turn it off entirely. Maybe the button can still be functional, and maybe we can just, change the volume specifically through our phones. Like I'm totally fine with that to give us that option, but to also decrease the sensitivity of that digital crown, maybe allowing us to actually increase and decrease the volume maybe by half the amount that it does, because there were a couple times where I increased the volume by a lot by accident, and the thing and the thing was extremely loud and it was making me super uncomfortable. So that was the first thing. That never happened with my standard AirPods. I don't know if other Bluetooth headphones have that capability, but specifically now these are the first ones in a while that I've owned. With the Beats I used to own, those ones actually had the volume buttons you had to tap. Since this is a crown, that was one thing I saw. So if anybody else experienced that, let me know in the comment section. But the second thing that I saw, which was very interesting, and it's not really a problem yet, but it can totally become a problem sooner than later, and it's not even the case. It's the earpiece that comes off. So I'm pretty sure, like I said before, a lot of you know the earpieces of the AirPods Maxes actually come off fairly easily, and I think it's a pretty smart design. Apple probably knew they could make a ton of money if they just go ahead and made them replaceable, and I actually kind of like that. I like having the ability to just replace that part and put it in a new part if I want to. But the problem with these AirPods Maxes is that when you go ahead and maybe even tap it against something, or you go ahead and do whatever with it, maybe you're traveling around with it, you put it in your book bag, you take it out, you move around, whatever, there's a higher chance that if you don't put it in a case, and if you're not super protective about it, there's a chance those earpieces could actually come out. They don't really take a lot of force to come out. I was surprised. I thought Apple was going to put in some super strong magnets in them. That wasn't really the case. They were in there they're not really that strong against them. And that's something that's really surprising to me. Like I said before, typically when I saw things like this, it was kind of like a sticker thing that kind of attaches, and I like that magnet aspect, but I think Apple's going to have to change up something. I think they probably want people to lose more earpieces, so they have to order new ones. But here's the other thing. If Apple actually engineered these properly, in my opinion, they should have made some sort of latch that kind of latches in, as well as the magnets, so then you have to unlatch them and then go ahead and take them out. Because right now, anybody could just find your AirPods or whatever and just rip them off and just take them. They don't even have to take the whole entire AirPods themselves. They can just take those little things, those earpieces, and put them in theirs or whatever. Anybody can steal them, just like how anybody can steal a regular AirPod. So I'd be surprised how that's going to work out. I'm also surprised how Apple actually put them in their Apple stores. I understand Apple stores are pretty much shut down for the most part, so I'd be super surprised how that happens, but I wish there was a latch in them, and that's going to be a huge problem. If I brush them against something, or if I'm traveling somewhere, chances are I'm going to probably lose an earpiece every once in a while, much more frequently than me losing an AirPod, the old ones before. before. So those are just a couple of my major problems that I have with these specific things. Like I said before, typically it takes me like a couple of days at least to figure out a problem, and I already found a problem from me using them. So a full review should be coming out hopefully in a couple of days, but that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.